Now, with the release of Ninjago Crystalized Part 2, we had the return of a lot of characters, and even though the sets were great and each one had an exclusive figure, at the very least, we still didn't get every single character, sadly. So, while watching the show, I was thinking, hey, that's a character I wish we had. How can I build him out of my own parts? And that's what I did. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. And today we are going to be working on making the missing characters from Ninjago Crystalized Part 2. Now, the GOAT of Ninjago has been Garmadon, no doubt. He's been a great villain, great father figure, and just great character all around. Although his return in Season 8 was a bit bad, to see what we got out of him in Season 16 was simply fantastic, which is why I replicated what he wore. Now, I'm just going to say straight out, there's a better version of this. After I made this figure, I realized that you could just make this figure by buying the set with his Oni form and then taking off the Oni mask, but that had a super angry face, which they use on all the new Garmadons, and at the very least, change it to the face which they use in the Season 8 Sons of Garmadon, or the one from the Ninjago movie, Garmadon! Anyways, how I did it, if you don't have that set, is the head and helmet from any of those era Garmadons, the classic Ninjago shoulder piece in black. I think it was used in Possession for the ninja there. That's the only thing I can think of. We have Professor Snape's torso from Harry Potter, and then the classic Garmadon leg. Christopher is one of the best characters in Season 16, Season 15, what do you want to call it? Ninjago Crystalized Part 2. He was a great way to give Garmadon character development, and he was just such a funny character, even though he didn't have a speaking line and is literally a plant. Now, I have 3 versions of him. This would be your potted plant version, just to see Christopher on its own. It's literally just the new flower bouquet piece, and then this top piece. It's been used in Harry Potter a few times, and I'm sure other things. Anyways, you put that onto a 2x2 brown piece with a brown jumper. Now, if you want to have the version of him after he quote-unquote died, you can get a red 2x2 cylinder piece and put him in there. Now you have Christopher in the soda can, and if you want him from episode 30, Roots, the last shot of the show by the monastery, you get the top, the jumper, and then you just put him on top of it. Very simple, but very effective. I want to go cry right now because how sad it was. And you can't have a Garmadon or even a Christopher without the wisest man alive, Vinny from NGTV News. Now, this is a very simple figure, but also a extremely effective one in my opinion. You have the classic Lego hat piece in blue. You have the face from the Series 18 Brick Suit guy, which works extremely well, because Vinny's just this always smiling, super happy guy. You have this torso, which I don't know exactly where it's from, it's some city set, and blue legs. Now, his hoot brings terror into the night sky. Hoo! Hoo! Fuji Dove! The perfect figure which for some reason we don't have. Now, how did I build this? I used the helmet, which was from the Pizza Girl and the Pizza Van set. The classic goggle piece, it's been used on Pod Racing Anakin. The face is the classic city vomiting face. So, which honestly, even though we don't see Fuji Dove unmasked, I mean, just seeing through his eyes, this is exactly what he looks like. And, you know, after flying a while, he might need to vomit once in a while. I mean, he doesn't seem like he'd be the person most tolerant to flying. I don't know why, but that just seems like it. He's got whatever prison torso from City. It doesn't really matter. Now for, and then dark bluish gray legs. Now for the wing accessories, just use this chicken CMF figure. But if you don't have that, I have the ski piece with a 1x1 stamp piece. And then when his hand is like so, and you put it here, it still works and looks pretty effective as a wing. To the next one. Woo! And the next one is Battle Suit Antonia. That's what I'm calling her. Anyways, it was on the poster, it was in the season, and it looked cool. Now, again, this isn't the best it could be. Now, it is the best out of Lego, in my opinion. But the original figure from the show, she also has goggles and not this wrap. Either way, I used the coal wrap piece from Sons of Garmadon. If there's an all black version, that would be better, but I couldn't find one, at least in my collection. Then we have the face from JB. Hidden side, it works because it has this dirt printing. Because she had this battle makeup on in the show. And it just works, especially when you have the bandana, which was also in the show. For her torso, she uses the city not wildlife, the city safari torso. I'm not sure which one, there were plenty of them. And then the jack legs from Hidden Side. Together, it works out pretty well. Second to last, but not second to least, we have Racer 7, also known as Blazy H Speed. Now, this one I think turned out really good. She has the red visor helmet from the same season she was in, which is season 12. She has this face, which I found on the Ice Cream Girl from the ice cream truck. Her torso is Douglas's from Hidden Side, and her legs are the Lloyd legs also from season 12. It turns out to look very accurate, and again, if you want her hair, I believe it was included in the foosball. Turns out really well, in my opinion. And finally, we have Hound Dog McBragg, and he needs his glasses. It looks weird without his glasses, I'm gonna say that, but he still turns out pretty good, and there was not a glasses face. He's the Anakin hair from the Clone Wars. He has the kid's face from Hidden Inside the Boy. His name's slipping me. He has the torso from the Raiders and the ATST Raiders, the Clatoonian Raiders. Just has one of those, and then he has Wild Styles legs from the Lego Ninjago from the Lego Movie 2. Which these legs are so underrated. They're so detailed, but hardly anyone ever talks. We have it. All the missing characters from Ninjago Crystalized. Now, there are a few more very minor characters from the show, but first of all, I couldn't make them into, again, they're minor characters. These were the main 6, which need to be made. 7. I'm sorry, Christopher. I can't disclude you. If I'm gonna disclude anyone, I don't know, Fugitive. Anyways, these are the characters that we're missing, and I hope we get someday. Anyways, what do you think about these figures? Do you want me to make more figures from Ninjago that are missing, not just Crystallized related? Let me know in the comments down below, and maybe I'll do it. Anyways, thanks for watching, and until the next one, bye!